In the next task, we are going to create a picture-in-picture layer. So we create a layer which is especially made for picture-in-picture, or in different words, you are able to create the layer and to offset the layer and to scale it down. So every time you put a new content on this layer, it only appears in that small area of your screen. So to do so, we just take the project from task 4 and save it as task 5. So let's save it as task 5. Now we go back to compositing and create a new layer. It will pop up at the very end of the timeline, but in that case we need it completely on top. So we just move it up, select the layer and call it pip for picture-in-picture. Now we change the layer to 0.2 for X and Y in the inspector. So if you want to change anything on an object, you just have to select it and you will find all the information and all the settings you can change in the inspector on the right hand side. So now I want to scale it down, which means I scroll down a little bit. Here I find offset and here is the scaling. And we scale it down to 0.2 and 0.2. Okay, the layer should be offset to the bottom left corner. Where in detail you can choose it by yourself. Life is much more easier if you already added some content onto this layer, because then you already see where the layer is going to be. So for example, now we just want to have the logo. So I have the logos in here again. And no picture sequence. And I choose the first logo and just drag and drop it to this layer. So now it's already in the middle of the screen. So for example, in comparison, if I create a new layer, it will pop up like this. So we focus again on the picture-in-picture layer. We delete the other one. And now we want to move it to the bottom left corner. So I select the layer again, go down to the offset settings of this layer and move it a little bit left and right. So either you just click in and type in a number, for example, or you just click and drag, which changes the value as well. Okay, and now we have it in the bottom left corner. And all the time I put a new content on this layer, for example, and it doesn't matter if it's a logo or if it's a standard picture, it always will appear down there. So you created a picture-in-picture actually. It's kind of keyframe template, for example. But still, if you now want to if you want to move the logo somewhere else, you just can click on it, move it somewhere else, save it, and you can create, for example, a movement there as well. And you have a preset for the size and the initial position of your logos, your pictures, whatever you put on the timeline. Okay, then we also have to expand the duration till the end. So I just delete all other logos and pictures and just expand the duration till the end of my timeline now, or movie 1. And that's it. And in the end, as always, don't forget to save your project.